Okay, we're recording. Hi, Jordan.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Um, yeah, I would just love to hear from you. How are things looking on your side, on the lending side, so you can give an update for our clients?
Of course. So my name is Jordan Deprang. I'm a mortgage banker who brokers our loans. So all that means is that I get to shop and look at what everyone else is offering and interest rates and all that fun stuff. So basically, I have some, I don't want to say insider, but I know what everyone else is doing. So what we're seeing right now is the honest truth is the market isn't terrible from where rates are. It's terrible because I wouldn't even say terrible, but it's worse than it was before because investors are nervous right now. The reason investors are nervous and they're nervous to lend or put interest rates as low as they were is because they don't know what's going to happen here in the future. How it works from the investor side of things is they put money up to help people buy homes, and in return, they are trying to make a profit off it. Obviously, that's what your interest rate is. But their goal is for you to live in the home for a long term because once you make 6 monthly payments, that's when they get paid and their investment is secure. Well, they're nervous right now that possibly, here's my Todd joining us.
Hey, Todd.
They're nervous right now that possibly uh, rates could go lower. So if rates go lower, then people are going to want to refinance. And when people refinance, if they refinance within 6 months, then they're going to make the profit and they're going to lose fees and stuff that they use to put their money out. So that's kind of where we are. It's nothing to be nervous about. It's not like our economy is tanking as far as rates go. It's just that everyone's a little nervous right now because no one knows if the cure is going to be next week. They don't know if it's going to be here in 3 months. So if we can get a little bit of stability in the market, then we should see, I believe we'll see rates bounce back pretty good. I've been telling everybody that during this season is a great time to get queued up to buy or sell or refinance. So obviously no one here, I know you're not, no one's going to pressure you into doing anything that you don't want to do. So if you think you want to refinance, if you think you want to buy, it's a great time to reach out, talk to somebody, see what the market's doing. And if rates stay where they are and you're not comfortable, then let's not do anything. But if rates go down, you're ready. And me and you are ready, and they're ready to start looking or pull the trigger once that happens.
Yeah, I fully agree. Hi, Angela. This is my best friend in South Africa.
Hi, Angela.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I
thought I'd pop in and say hi.
Well, I'm so glad you did. You can give us an update on South Africa. Are you guys all down there in Africa?
We are actually going into lockdown at midnight tonight.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Wow. Does that mean you can leave your house or not leave your house?
Not leave house, only for essentials.
Okay.
Well, emergencies.
So you can't even like go in your yard or anything?
Can't go for a walk the dog, nothing.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just had our president called for nationwide prayer for half an hour now. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we're praying for you guys too.
Thank you.
That's crazy. We're a little spoiled here. We think we're on lockdown right now, but I think we're still having food being delivered.
We can have things delivered. We can, like the supermarkets are open.
Okay.
So we can have food delivered. I think it just takes about a week before your order gets. Good time to fast.
That's true. Our scale just broke right before everything happened, and I'm like, I don't know. Am I gaining weight because of all the quarantine snacks, or losing it because we have boring food?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, anyway, I didn't properly introduce Jordan, so I wanted to do that. We work with several lenders, and Jordan is one of our lenders. His boss, Todd, is on here with us, and they are both members of Gateway Church. Jordan, for any Gateway members, his dad is Pastor Wendell Deprang over at the NRH campus, and Jordan and Todd both are volunteers in the men's ministry and really involved with the Gateway NRH campus, which is actually where we go. So That's who they are. They're amazing lenders that can give us all kind of insights into what's going on.
I appreciate that. Thank you. We try. We're okay people.
I visited NRH, right?
Yes, that's where Kairos was when you were at Gateway.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a list of questions that you guys have been sending me over the last week or so, especially in the last 2 days. So the first question that was asked is real estate considered essential? And yes, I am essential. The government has officially deemed me as essential. I think this is my first time to officially be essential. So that means that I am allowed to go anywhere, show homes, that appraisers can actually get into the home and appraise it, that lending, like Todd and Jordan, they can actually go through with lending. So anything real estate related at this moment and for the foreseeable future is a go, which I'm actually thrilled about because we have 2 people closing in the next few weeks. And it means that they're not going to be homeless, and that we will be able to close on their house and get them in their new place. However, even though we are essential, our brokerage is joined by 4 different Keller Williams brokerages. And as far as we know, we're the only brokerages in DFW that are doing this, but we've completely moved to everything online, from seeing houses to making an offer to offers being received to even our notaries. We found a way to do notaries online so that you can do from start to finish completely online, because we want to be safe. Even though the government says we can move around, we want to do things in a different way that keeps people safe. And I'm personally really excited about this because I feel like it's going to shift the real estate industry from this point going forward, that all the up and coming people are not going to want to do things the same old way. And it's nice to be able to do it straight from your phone. And it coordinates so well with our new app where you can look at homes online, you can save your favorite houses and see commute times, and then even submit offers, schedule a showing, that kind of thing, all from your phone. So we are one step ahead of the game, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, it's been cool too, Sam, because we transitioned, basically everyone's at work and now we're all at home, and the transition was pretty smooth. Everyone's calling me like, what's y'all's process? Are you extremely slow? What's happening? And basically we're running about the same speed. The only people that are having any trouble at all is appraisers. And it's not necessarily because of the mortgage process, but here a couple of weeks ago, rates dropped down to 3% and less for 2 days. Well, everybody refinanced. So it's not even the sickness that's keeping them out too much. It's that they're very backlogged. Now, there are appraisers are contracted, and it's up to them kind of to see if you want to go do appraisals and look at homes and put themselves in that environment. But we're still rocking and rolling right now. It is slower than typical, and that could always change if they all decide to stop. But on the mortgage side of things, we haven't seen too many hiccups besides having some not even appraiser issues, because they're giving us a heads up saying, hey, instead of being done in 12 days, it's going to be done in 15 days. But the turnaround time is still not just crazy bad to where you got to wait 2 months to buy a home or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's really cool when the stocks are crashing that real estate is continuing to thrive. We've seen in the last few years that homes in DFW appreciate 4 to 6% every year, and that hasn't changed. I was looking at the stats just this morning, and in the cities where most of our clients are, which is Grapevine, Colleyville, Keller, Roanoke, and North Fort Worth, we are seeing between 97 and almost 99% of asking price being sold price.
Awesome.
I just got stats this morning for in the last 24 hours, the homes in DFW, there's 302 new listings, 105 new contracts, and 320 closings in the last 24 hours in DFW. So it may have slowed down a tad bit, but these are crazy stats. So if you are thinking about making an investment, I would jump on this, since we see that we see the value of owning a home now more than any other time.
Yeah. It's a great time to get queued up. I was going to answer one question that we're hearing a ton. So the Fed, they did cut interest rates to 0% for short-term interest rates. So there's a long story that I can go into it all, but the short and simple answer is they cut interest rate for banks. So the reason they do that is so the banks aren't paying interest, so they're encouraged to lend and set lower rates and help the economy and boost the economy. So that does not mean that your mortgage interest rate is 0%. Your mortgage interest rate for a week or two was very, very, very low. But right now, it's unstable. It's kind of roller coastery. I mean, 2 weeks ago, 3%. I've seen it go up to 5.5%. So it's kind of in there. So just like I said before, it's a great time to reach out. Call me, call Karina, and let us know, and we can get you queued up to see, hey, this is what it looks like, and what you might be qualified for, and what your rate would look like. I'm reading the same thing you're reading, I think.
Yes, Laura.
I'm figuring out Zoom as we go too. So,
Laura, we can see your chat, but we can't hear you. So if you have any questions, send them in by chat, and we'll answer them. Jordan, I love what you said, because people are asking us, the Fed cut the rates to 0. Does that mean it's time to refinance? Yes, it is time to refinance, but no, it is not because the Fed cut the rates to 0. Jordan, can you talk me through what refinancing looks like? Because I'm getting a lot of that.
Yes. So refinancing. So if you've lived in your home for over 4 years, this is what it'll look like. So when you refinance, there's 2 types of refinances you can do. You can do a rate and term refinance, which is probably the easiest one. It's what everyone's trying to do right now to get your interest rate lower. And basically all it is you replace your current mortgage with a new mortgage at a much lower interest rate. And the best thing to think about is what's the pro and con. So the only con typically that you could even say for a rate and term is that your mortgage is reset. So like you get a 30-year mortgage and you live there for 5 years, but you have a 5% interest rate, your mortgage goes back to the 30-year mortgage. But the pros is if we can save you $200 a month from refinancing, if you really did say, hey, I want to pay this off earlier, paying that extra $200 a month towards principal is actually going to pay it off faster than if you just kept your 25-year path. Most people, they don't really mind it because it's $200 more a month that they're saving, they're putting away. It's saving them a ton of money a year. So that's the one that everyone's talking about right now. The other one is called a cash out refinance. And to make math as simple, and this can get a little complicated, is in Texas, you can pull cash out of your home, but you have to have 20% equity in it. So if you had a $100,000 mortgage, a home that appraised for $100,000, you could then take basically up to $80,000 out of it. So if you paid off and you only had a $50,000 mortgage and your home appraised for $100,000, you could pull $30,000 out of your mortgage, and that would make your new loan amount $80,000 to use for whatever you want. You can use it. I tell people don't use it for vacation, but you can use it for whatever you want to use it for, as long as obviously there's a benefit for you. Now, the rates are not as good typically on cash out refinances, but if you're sitting on no mortgage, or with rates being low when you're sitting on no mortgage to a very small mortgage payment, and you want to go ahead and do a cash out refi and get tons of your equity being pulled out, it's a great option too. But the main one you hear everyone talking about right now is the rate and term. So the next question is, what does that mean? So I mentioned right when I started, so if you bought a home within 4 years, your title fees are a lot cheaper. So for instance, if you bought a home right now and in 2 years you decide to refinance, your fees would be a lot cheaper. When you refinance, the only things you're really paying for is your title fees, which those can vary, your homeowner's insurance, your property taxes, and there are ways to actually not get around it, but you'll be refunded from your current escrow account that you're paying with your servicer. The long story short is it's not as expensive as buying a home. So if you did a refinance today and you've lived in the home for, let's say, 20 years and you just did it straight up, it would probably cost you around $5,000 to $6,000 just when everything's said and done. And that is not including you getting your refund back from your current mortgage company. If you do right now, a lot of our clients are asking, hey, what if we buy a home with a 5% interest rate, then rates drop to 3%? If you refinance within 4 years, your title fees are going to be 75% cheaper. So it's going to be very cheap to refinance, as well as if you buy a home with me right now and you refinance in this market, I'm not going to charge you anything. So our fee that we normally charge of, I think, $1,395. I may have just butchered that. We'll waive that thing completely right now. But even if with someone else, it would probably be around the $3,000 range, possibly $4,000. But again, that's not with you getting your escrow check or refund check back. So it's relatively cheap, and it's if you have, I would say, if you're sitting at a 4.5% interest rate, 4% or higher, it's good, again, just to check in. Checking in doesn't do anything. We can soft pull your credit so it doesn't ding it, but then we can run a simulator and say, hey, here's the pros and cons, send you a nice little pretty email that shows what would happen if you did it, if you didn't do it. And then it's up to you. Again, I'm not going to pressure you. Karina's not going to pressure you into doing anything that's bad for your family. So we'll send you the numbers, and then you look and you decide. And then whatever you guys want to go with, we're happy with, whether that be refinance or keep your current mortgage. We're happy to help. And again, it'll probably be around $3,000 to $4,000 range if you bought now and you refinance within 4 years. But again, you might get a check back for $2,000. So it's weird to come up with the final numbers, but it's not like you having to pay the 3.5% down payment or 5% down payment as if you just bought the home. There's no down payment required for this because you already paid your down payment, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. The last time we spoke, you suggested that if anybody is at 4.0 or higher, they should consider refinancing. What would you say today?
It's still good. So the fun thing, a lot of people are scared, but the fun thing is a lot of people didn't know what was going to happen 3 weeks ago. So 3 weeks ago, everyone didn't know if hey, are rates going to get really low? Will they go high? Well, rates got to I think the lowest one I saw was 2.5%, which is crazy low, and it only happened for a day. So what you want to do is you want to get queued up for that day to happen again. And let's hope that day happens again. But if that day doesn't happen again, just stay where you are. You're fine. So I would tell everybody, if you're high 3s, 4%, at least let me know or call another lender you trust and let them know. Let them go ahead, pre-qualify you. Let's figure out if this is actually something good for your family. And then it's up to me just to watch the market. And if the market dips down to 3%, I'm going to text you and say, this thing's at 3%. You're going to save this amount of money. Do you want to go ahead and do this thing? You're more than likely going to say yes if you're at 4 or 4.5%, or even at 3.5% with that rate being said. But then again, if rates stay where they are and they don't get to where you want them, it doesn't cost you anything. The only thing it costs you is literally you having to send me a tiny bit of paperwork to do a refinance. So the biggest document I need is typically your current mortgage statement, just so that I can see what your rate is, what your loan amount is, and all that fun stuff. And then we can work pretty much everything off of that. And then once you're ready to pull the trigger, we get some income documents from you and we write it out. And it's pretty quick and seamless. Another great thing about refinancing and how I put your mind is, so whenever you buy a house, you don't have a payment for the month you buy it in or the next month. So let's say you hear me say that a refinance could cost you $4,000, but your mortgage payment is $2,000 a month, just to make math easy. We will actually schedule you to close early in the month. So if we close next month, which is April, let's say we would close April, the first week of April, so you wouldn't have a monthly payment for all of April, all of May. So which saves you $4,000. So basically, you save $4,000 with not having a mortgage payment, but you use that mortgage payment that you saved to kind of break even on your refinance. So you technically don't lose money at all, but you save $200 a month on your mortgage payment, and it's interest that you're saving on. So it's not like you're saving on a principal amount. You're just paying less to the investor. The best mortgage is always a no mortgage, and if you got to get a mortgage, the lowest the rates, the better, is what I would tell you, and I think any mortgage professional would tell you.
Sounds great. Hi, Carol. Glad you joined us. Laura, you asked if this is being recorded, and it is. We'll post this later so you can show Dustin. Hi, Carol.
I finally figured it out.
Yay!
It only took us an hour and a half.
Yeah, well, I should have started earlier. But am I supposed to see everybody at once, or just one other person?
The only people that it shows is who's talking. So if you want to mute and just listen and just watch, you can do that. You can turn your camera off, or you can join us face to face. Either way, I love seeing your beautiful face though.
Well, I had to do my hair and try to do something to my face. I had to get it all cut off because the last cut was funky. So I'm growing it out. I thought nobody would know during this time, but this is cool. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but it was hard. And then my laptop didn't work. It won't connect to the internet, so I got to get Phil working on that later.
Well, I'm glad you're here now. It's nice to see you.
Nice to be included.
Yes, glad to see so many people I love. We were talking about this is Jordan. He's Pastor Wendell's son from NRH campus. I don't know if you remember Pastor Wendell from NRH, but Wendell Deprang. Anyway,
the names, it's very familiar.
Okay.
We're the only Deprangs in the world. If you see a Deprang, I am related to them.
Yes. So we were talking about mortgages and refinancing and that kind of thing. So I had one more question that I wrote down that someone asked me. They are asking about the economic forecast. Is this exactly the same as 2008? Are we heading into that time? And I just want to say absolutely not. What caused the 2008 crash was adjustable mortgage rates and predatory lending. And both of those are no longer in play anymore. There's no more conforming loans. They're not allowed. So because those things leading up to that crash have not been in place, the experts are predicting that there's going to be a sharp curve once this ends. Yeah. So that's what people are saying. Todd, do you have anything or Jordan, do you guys have any input on that?
I agree 100%. So it's uncharted water. So I'm not gonna lie to you and pretend like I know what I'm talking about here. No one does. But the good news is when it collapsed last time, so it collapsed in 2000, and 9/11 happened, it collapsed, and it was because people were scared because of terrorism. And then last time it collapsed was 2008, around there, and it's because the banking system collapsed of bad mortgages. People were writing terrible mortgages and really giving people bad deals. Well, whenever the financial industry collapses, it takes a long time to build that back up, because not only do you have to build back up the businesses, you also got to build back the trust with people, as well as getting regulations in place so that this won't happen again. Good news is that our economy is actually not doing bad. I know that if you look at Wall Street and stuff, it's collapsing, but it's not collapsing because of trade deals or anything like that, or the banking system. It's collapsing because people are nervous about the virus. So with that being said, if they came on the news today and said, hey, we have a cure for the virus, everyone's going to be healed, I would guess it would heal not immediately, but pretty fast. They're saying the best forecast they're saying right now is that we're going to have it under control and people back to working by Easter Sunday. I, again, don't know how accurate that's going to be or not. But if that was the case, we're going to bounce back faster than anything we've ever seen, because again, it's not that people don't have jobs or people are trying to find jobs. People are just not able to work right now. So once the virus is taken care of, people will forcibly back, the economy will start building. I would assume the stock market skyrockets. But if you did want to look at it worst case scenario too, let's say we have a recession that happens. The last time we had a recession, interest rates about 2%. A lot of people took advantage of the recession. You could get low interest rates even if you weren't in a bad financial position. So if you have a stable job that's not affected by this and you're not worried about your income, again, it's a great time to get queued up to buy, sell, refinance, because either way that happens, if we headed towards a recession, we could see rates as low as 2%. And then if we didn't, we rebounded, rates should dip down again. So it's a safe play just to be ready and to see, hey, let's get a plan for the future. It may not be right now, it may not be this week, but you never know. In 3 weeks, interest rates could be at 2%. They could be at 7%. Who knows? Free to check and see what we can do, and for you to be queued up and ready for when it does happen.
Mm-hmm. I also love the history of DFW's economics, because we're kind of an anomaly from the rest of America. When 2008 happened, everything happened. DFW was kind of protected, and people are still moving here. So I know when people are asking what's going to happen in the future, and we really don't know, like you said, but what we do know is rates are historically low. People are still moving to Texas, and the housing market is still thriving in the middle of this. So we're really blessed to be in Texas right now. I can't imagine being anywhere else.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And rates, the 30-year average for an interest rate right now is still around 7%. So if you see a 5% interest rate and you're renting an apartment, or you're doing anything that you're throwing money away, the rates we have now are the rates that your parents would have paid anything to get. So make sure that you don't get too spoiled by seeing the 2.5% rate and the 3% rate, because whenever this all settles down, I would hope it would settle. Obviously, the lower the interest rates, the better. I don't get paid, me as a loan officer, I don't get paid if you have a 1% rate or a 10% rate. So obviously, I want rates to be as cheap as possible to encourage people to buy and easy on them financially. But you see a 5% interest rate, don't think it's through the roof, because historically speaking, it's still a great deal, although we're still going to try to wait and get you a better deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thank you, Jordan. I really appreciate it. Guys, do you have any questions? You can say it, or you can even type a message. Let me know if you have any questions. And then I'd also really like to know how you guys are holding up. Is anybody having a rough day where you're losing it, or are you doing okay? How are you? I've been pretty much good. I had one day where I completely lost it, but I'm good now. So it's okay to be vulnerable, and let me know how you're actually doing. So what questions can I answer, and how are you doing?
I don't even.
Okay.
We're doing great right now. We're only thing we're worried about is toilet paper. So
I heard that they are coming back with toilet paper soon. That the groceries, they may not be able to stock as quickly, but toilet paper is coming back.
I haven't had to use it yet, but I bought a bidet just when this first started happening and all the stores running out of toilet paper. I'm like, I got to find a long-term solution here. So it's queued up and ready, but hopefully I don't have to use it.
My birthday was this week, and someone showed up at my door, stood way far back from my door, and handed me a big thing of toilet paper. That was the first time in my life I've gotten toilet paper for my birthday.
Oh, that's great. That's cool.
Oh, Laura, thanks for sharing. I totally hear you. Oh, kind of that up and down with you're okay, you're not okay. Laura, is there anything that I can personally do for you or your girls or your family? Okay.
That's awesome. Laura, my wife's doing the same thing. I'm having to play counselor every other hour. 1 hour I'm helping, 1 hour she's dancing. So it's hour by hour.
Yeah. I'm just excited to see what the future of America and really the world will be, since I don't know, times are shifting, things are changing. I just feel like real estate and the rest of the world is never going to be the same, and hopefully for the better.
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm glad, Laura. All right, Angela, are you good? Todd, are you good? Good. Do you guys have any questions or anything?
No, I'm good here. I just was listening in to make sure Jordan did everything he was supposed to do. No, he did a great job.
Did I follow regulation? Are we going to get audited?
Yeah.
I was like, do I need to hold my business card up to show my NMLS number?
No, you're good.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. I really appreciate your time. You guys are amazing to partner with. We're so grateful.
Awesome. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So they tune in next week. Every week I'll be doing this on Thursday at noon. If you have any specific people you want me to bring in, let me know and we'll bring them in. I just want to add value to you personally, to your home, and just see your face so we can encourage each other to not completely lose it all the time.
Right. Thank you, Karina.
All right.
This was fun. My first time.
Yay.
Except I thought everybody was going to be on the screen.
All right. Well, bless you guys. I love y'all. Thanks for everything. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Meet you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Karina.
Bye.